Bring your cup and take a seat. Fill it up, coffee, wine, or tea. Come find what you're looking for. A good pour.
Welcome back to A Good Pour. I am Kathryn Good, your host. This is Conversations About Good Work. Today we have a very special episode because it is one of our intern episodes. Today we have Cole and Blake, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves and talk to you about the work that we've been doing with our internship program. So Cole, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so my name's Cole Elizondo. I'm a senior at Station Gap High School, and I was super excited to get this internship and work with Blake.
Blake, if you'll introduce yourself and say who you're with.
Sure. My name's Blake Parks. I'm the executive director at Gallatin Cares and Cole's new friend. So I'm so excited to be here and talk about the work he did.
Yeah. So if you don't know, Good Circle Marketing has good projects where we take senior interns in their fall of the semester, and they are selected and they get to choose either a nonprofit or a startup business, and they create a full marketing strategy for them as well. Blake actually got a logo out of this. So we do that. And then they also are going to get a AI tool that they can help use to produce the marketing. And so Cole, why did you apply to be an intern?
I actually just wrote about this in one of my college essays. I kind of took marketing in the marketing classes at Station Camp, but I was I really wanted to do something more real. So when I found out about the internship, I was it's the perfect opportunity. It's just it was perfect timing.
And then we selected from lots of different people who had applied to be a good project. Why did you select Gallatin Cares?
So I selected Gallatin Cares because when you initially sent out all of the options and everything, and all the interns were going through the websites and everything, the social medias, and I came across Gallatin Cares, and I was just why have I never heard of this? I know so many people at my school that want to go and volunteer or have to volunteer for their clubs that they're in, but I've never heard of Gallatin Cares, and it's the perfect opportunity. So I kind of was just everyone needs to hear about this. I want to help them get their word out.
It's amazing. Well, tell us about Gallatin Cares.
Love to. Gallatin Cares is a place that is designed to be a local nonprofit ministry to take care of families that just can't quite chin the bar. We're looking to serve families that are dealing with traumatic or dramatic events in their lives. And we do that with a thrift store, a food pantry, and a shelter protection benevolence fund. I am sad to hear what Cole just said, but its reality is that we're only known by the folks that, participate. And so getting this news out to the community is one of the reasons that we came this direction. I was recommended through you, Kathryn, through some of your former work. And basically, I approached this as trying to fill the voids of my limitations. So my limitations are enormous around this type of activity. I was limited in my scope of website, my knowledge of social media, marketing plan. So this was an opportunity for us to get better known in the community. I think Cole couldn't have said that better.
Yeah. We did a new logo for you, actually, Josh Bratcher. We worked with Josh who's done a lot of logos throughout Gallatin, but you have just tell a little bit about there was a lot of inconsistency in the logo, or just really it's not out there as much, right? And so tell us what you think about the new logo.
Yeah, well, the logo is perfect. Actually, to go back and set that up, branding in general was one of the things we talked about on our very first visit. And one of the things that really lights my fire working with Cole was he had one phone call or a couple of phone calls, an email, and one site visit, and he just caught exactly what we were trying to do. So the logo was part of it because thus far we had been limited by my purchasing of stationery or us branding our truck or even signs on the building, and none of them were the same. They had all had various ages and legacies. Yeah. We needed to do that, and we needed branding. Logos more than just something out there. It needed to be branded. Part of the CARES name is an acronym which needed to be protected. Cole did a great job with that and then added graphics to it. We couldn't be happier. I'm trying to figure out right now how to incorporate some of those graphics into some of the things we already have branded.
Sure.
I've talked about that in the last couple of weeks, but the logo was important to me. I thought it was something we needed to go forward, and we're really excited about it.
I'm glad to hear it. So, Cole, as you know, the marketing machine tackles who you are, who you help, and how you tell the world. You definitely wanted to get real world experience. So tell me what you thought about the marketing machine and the real world experience you got.
Yeah, it definitely like gave me what I wanted. And going into it, I was like, I just want to like find out more and then like not it be done, but I'm like, okay, I'm satisfied. But I'm almost now like, I just want to keep learning more because there was so much out there that I didn't really think about before. Like, especially in the how you tell the world section, like the be top of search and be top of mind, like learning about the SEO strategies and like the call to action strategies was just really interesting to me. So it definitely like piqued my interest, but it also just like motivating me to kind of look for more opportunities similar to it.
So give a little bit of background about your decade experience and go ahead and brag on yourself.
Oh, so I'm the president at Station Camp for DECA this year. My sophomore year, I did like a project management career development project where we essentially taught students primarily in middle school, but also some adults like re-entering the workforce and some high school students about career skills and job skills. And then me and my team actually got 5th in the world on that year. And then last year I was in the community awareness event where my team and I rose awareness on childhood illiteracy throughout Sumner County and just the state of Tennessee in general. And we got 3rd in the world that year.
So Blake, how does it feel to have the person who's has a 5th place and a 3rd place in the world for DECA do your work?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sitting next to a superstar, right? I didn't know we were world renowned, but I could tell you that does not shock me because like I said a while ago, the thing that caught me by surprise is how much Cole picked up on our culture with just a short conversation and took that and ran with it. So yeah, I'm working with a sharp young man, you know that.
What did you learn about AI?
I learned a lot about AI. I learned about like just in like a broad sense how you can not necessarily rely on AI, but just use it as an aid to like really catalyze how much progress you're making in the marketing machine and just like coming up with ideas in general, especially with the content calendars. I know coming up with content ideas for any business can be so hard and just kind of like a nag. So just using it for that, especially, it's like, okay, this gives a lot of clear ideas and then you can pick and choose from it. You don't have to use everything. You can like give it advice like, hey, I don't really like this one, or I really like this one. Give me more ideas like this or less ideas like this. So I just learned how it's less of something to use as your brain, but like something just to help your brain.
Brainstorm.
Yes.
Yeah, use it to brainstorm
Exactly.
and come up with the best ideas. I like what you said about you can tell it that you don't like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the same way you would having a conversation with somebody. Actually, that idea is not very good, right? Like, so you can say that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, tell us a little bit more. So this podcast is about good work. I love the good work projects because we get the opportunity to shine some light on, not only shine a light, but do a full marketing strategy. But tell us, what does good work mean to you and why do we need to do more of it?
So that's really all day, right? We got all day. The basic fundamental definition of good work is absolutely a situation where it truly is more blessed to give than receive. And we got so many people that need help. This community is full of people that need help. We're in a platform where we're available and we're able to do that. We want to be dependable doing that. Not only is it personally satisfying, but it's corporately satisfying as well for all of my staff and volunteers, all of our donors and friends, and the community in general. Over the holidays, we served on Thanksgiving and Christmas week groceries for almost 1,000 families. People would never suspect that unless you came by and saw the traffic jam. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just good work in general is what we're set here to do. And in my personal experience is I spent most of my corporate life being very, very selfish, working on building my own kingdoms. I wasn't worried about doing good for anyone else. So it's been a really, really pleasant experience for me to give back at this stage of my life. I enjoy every day of it.
Yeah. I love that you said that Cole picked up on the culture, because I picked up on the culture as soon as you walked in. I knew very little about Gallatin Cares other than, when I talked to my nonprofit friends, Aaron Birch, I think recommended that she talk to you and apply for a good project. But you hear Gallatin Cares, but it's Gallatin Cares about what, right? And so that's the marketing piece that we really have to get out and communicate what you do. But as soon as you walk in the building, you see the need, you feel the culture, you feel a sense of you want to preserve and protect and help. How do you feel like you help that culture just live?
Yeah, that's so rewarding to hear that, because the culture has been word of mouth. The culture has been one-on-one. The culture has been spreading the word in front of any small group or audience or large group audience that I could get in front of. So this culture has really been about just verbally approaching the story. To be able to hear and be gratified that y'all could come in and feel that and see that, that changes everything. And that also gave me the impetus and the excitement to know this marketing plan can help us take that culture far past just our ability to spread it word of mouth. And that's where we're going to intend to go with it now.
Good. Cole, what's next for you?
After high school?
Do you
No.
No.
I feel so behind right now. I was just talking about how I second guessing my major, just second guessing everything, but I just have to trust that I'm going to end up in the right place.
That's right.
But yeah,
you will.
I'm kind of all over the place right now, to be honest.
There's a lot. I mean, I hate even asking that question, but as someone's listening, especially when they've won fifth and third in the world, they're going to be like, well, what's this kid doing? So I have to ask, but I know for a fact, there's a lot of questions going on in your mind.
Yeah.
But you will end up in the right place. You did a phenomenal job on this project.
Thank you.
And we are at a good place. You will learn how to create a custom GPT to help Blake and his team use the marketing machine to help market. But I mean, there's other things that Cole can help you do, or I can help you do to help you implement this plan for sure. We're here for you. We're not going to leave a strategy and then just not be helpful. But I think it's come a long way. Even just the brand, if we can get that brand out there a little bit more, to have a consistent logo, consistent colors, consistent messaging. You speak it, you're very consistent in your messaging. I would applaud that. But just how can we tell everyone else? And I hope that marketing machine will help you do that.
I agree with that. And just to put a live example to that, one of the things that Cole put in his plan and was so encouraging is a lot of virtual demonstrations where people can actually see it in action and not have to take a photo or a snapshot of 3 people building a food bin. Now we can actually have some virtual existence of what it feels like to volunteer, to donate, to receive, all those things. I love that part of this plan, because then we can just get it out there all the time, because multiplication is better than addition, right?
That's right.
So we'll be able to multiply this message across the community.
Because like you said, there are so many people that need help, but there are also so many people that want to help, but they just don't know where. I think in the secondary demographic page, it's I put a quote in there that said something along the lines of, I want to volunteer somewhere, but I want to make sure that it's actually making a difference in people's lives. So I think just like you
there's
said,
something to do when I get there,
yes,
right? There's so many opportunities. So many times when you go to volunteer, there's too many volunteers, and you've spoken about that. How can people get involved?
So people can be involved in 2 ways with us besides just donations. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind asking for those, because it does take finances to be able to execute these plans. But we allow volunteers in our food pantry and our thrift store every week. Our food pantry volunteers work Tuesday and Wednesday mornings. That's an easy schedule. Our thrift store volunteers are there Monday to Friday during business hours. I always encourage people, just come by and see it. And I try to get folks to come by on a day we're actually giving, so you can actually participate and have an impact in your service. One of the things that Cole did, and that surprised me, by the way, is when you took the rabbit trail down the idea that we're going to put this plan together from a perspective of serving instead of receiving. And I love that part of that plan because volunteers are our lifeblood. And thus far, all we've been able to do is just get you there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now we can try to tell the story about why we need to get you there. And then hopefully we'll have an impact. What you said, Kathryn, is right. I don't want you to show up for 2 hours and hang clothes. That's just grunt work. It is important work, but you can't see the fruit of your labor.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd love to have you there 2 hours giving groceries out to needy families.
Yeah. Tell us about the increase in needy families that's going on in our community. What are you seeing?
Yeah, it's been crazy. There's been a series of events, both some local and then some national events that have created a huge explosion of demand in people that are just trying to make decisions to stay alive. What does that mean? Well, this month I can pay my rent, but if I do, we can't eat. Or this month we can eat and buy medicine, but I can't pay my rent. My utility bill's high because it was cold. I mean, these are decisions people have to make. And with the government shutdown, as well as the SNAP interruptions here, we saw a huge explosion in demand of folks that needed groceries and help in their food, wherever they were getting quality food. And even before that, there were some local things that happened here. There's some pressures on rent increases. There's some folks that no longer exist that were in the business to help. There's a lot of that happened. And I say over 18 to 24 months, we've seen demand in this community double.
Wow.
Yeah, I would say 100%. I'm not statistically backing that up, but I'd say that's where we are.
You can feel it.
And there's no end in sight. I don't see it changing right now. The latest things that are in play is there seems to be some more job instability right now. That was never the case a year ago. But folks now either have a harder time finding that good job or keeping it. Or if they lose it, then, where do you go for the next one? Child gets sick, I have to stay home, I lose my job, all those kinds of things. So my Bible says it's never going to end short of Jesus coming back.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to ramp up to meet whatever demand comes our way.
Well, thank you for the good work that you're doing. Thank you for applying to be a Good Work Project. Cole, good job. Anything else you'd like to say?
I just wanted to say thank you. I mean, you were literally amazing to work with. I could not have asked for a better partner going through this. And I've learned so much from you and just working with Gallatin Cares. So thank you.
Thanks, Cole. I feel the same way. I'm the lucky guy.
Well, thank you both. I can't wait to see what we can do for Gallatin Cares. And also, Cole, I know you want to move to the West Coast or get out of Gallatin for a little bit, but would love to see you come back one day and impact this community even more.
Thank you so
Congrats on all you've been able to do so far.
Thank you.
Thank you both.
Thank you, Kathryn. Thank you.